going to be talking about something that broke this weekend. We had a discussion. There was a discussion that was had in Pietermaritzburg for the launch of the domestic season, and the fixtures were announced and the fixtures were released. So today, on today's show, we're going to be talking about the fixtures, and I'll be revealing them to you guys live on the show as well. But before we get going, before we get started, there's a couple of things that I'd like you guys to please do. First and foremost, please subscribe to this channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. I would also like you guys to please download our latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. If you want to help us out here at Cricket Fanatics Magazine and keep everything going, then please become a Patreon today. Link is on the screen as well as in the description. Smash the like button and comment and share, and go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all regular updates. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Looking forward to revealing the domestic fixtures for 2023-24. Let's get it. A very good evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. And as you know, that the domestic fixtures were released on Saturday, and I think I didn't have a chance to go live. Obviously, this weekend I don't go live on the weekends. So I've kept a show for today. You know that this Australia series is happening as well on Wednesday. It kicks off. And what we're going to be doing, of course, is a preview show tomorrow ahead of the first encounter to show you guys exactly what we think is going to be happening. I'm going to attempt to try and get someone from Australia on the show, but with the time zones, etc., it's very difficult to get them on the show for in the evenings. So I'll try my best to see if it is possible. But if it's not, then I'm going to try to also see who's available to come on the show tomorrow evening as a panel. Normally on those shows, what we will do is we'll discuss what you guys would like to see from a team perspective. I'll give my 11 as well for the first game, and we'll discuss what's going to take place and what we expect from the opening match. But that's for tomorrow. So today what we're going to be doing is, for tomorrow's show as well, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to show you guys the press conferences to give you guys an insight into what was said. From the presser perspective. I'll be playing them on the show tomorrow so that we can discuss it as well. So today's show, let's get into the domestic fixtures and discuss what is going to be happening with regards to that and what happened on the weekend as well. So Cricket South Africa, let me just acknowledge this for you guys. South Africa has officially launched the men's 2023-24 domestic season for Division 1 and 2 in Pietermaritzburg on Saturday. The Oval in Pietermaritzburg is home to the newly promoted AET Tuskers, and 2023 marks 135 years of its existence, a true essence of hometown glory and pride. The 2023-24 men's campaign for both divisions will kick off with the CSA One Day Cup in September, followed by the CSA 4-Day Series, whilst the CSA T20 Challenge and the T20 Knockout will kick off in early 2024. With CSA having recently launched the Professional Domestic Women's League, I've done a show on this as well, guys, to give you guys insight exactly as to what happened there. This season promises to be a vibrant celebration of cricket and communities that bring them together. Commenting on the upcoming season, CSA Director of Cricket Enoch Nquest said, CSA has continuously strived for access, excellence, and inclusion for the entire cricket fraternity, and this has been evident throughout our pathway. This season promises to be an action-packed one, yet on the domestic front, with a fully fledged professional domestic setup as 2023-24 marks an inaugural CSA Professional Domestic Women's League and the return of the CSA Colts. I am buzzing about the Colts. That's something that I've been waiting for a very long time. It's going to give our younger players a nice stepping stone for the next generation. It's a nice stepping stone for the next level, so that they can obviously get themselves some 4-day cricket under their belt, some etc., and try to learn some red ball cricket, um, and get eased into that, because we have a lack of that when it comes to our youngsters in the game. We urge all supporters to join us as we let's come together as one community and rally behind our local teams. All included in there. Introducing the Was Are Nowhere call to action, a clarion call for all to be part of it. CSA Chief Marketing Officer Wanele gave insight to the season's campaign. This season's theme is a call and a tribute to the places we come from, the communities we belong to, and the unbreakable bonds that are forged through the love of the sport. With an essence that ignites hometown pride, this season isn't just about the sport. It's a celebration of communities, shared values, and the passion that unites them. We call on all fans to rally behind your team as the players gear up to the showcase their prowess in the field. But it's not just about the cricket players, it's about every devoted fan who infuses the stadiums with their energy and enthusiasm. So he's talking right directly to us at Cricket Fanatics Magazine here as well, basically. Cricket will be the soundtrack of the season, and you are part of it. Hit after hit. Wars are now. Okay, so it's great. They've obviously put some emphasis on the fans over here. But this is the part that I was excited about, and that was to see what will be taking place with regards to the fixtures. So I'm just going to increase the size over here as well for you guys, so you can see it a lot clearer. It's different this season compared to other seasons. Normally, South African domestic cricket kicks off with a 4-day series. If I'm not mistaken, I think last season we had the CSA knockout competition first, and then we went straight into the 4-day series. But this time around, they've gone with the CSA One Day Cup, Division One. It's almost like like Enoch Nkwe explained in his video that they did live at the venue. They did say that it's because of the World Cup. They want to go from this into the World Cup. Perhaps, I don't know. Maybe they're looking at some of the players and how they perform in this One Day Cup. But they're going to be going straight for. They're going to start with the One Day Cup for that reason, perhaps because there's a one day World Cup, 50 over World Cup. So this is the fixtures for September 2023, where it kicks off on the 16th. And as you guys know, of course, Tuskers have been promoted and the Knights have been relegated. And this season is going to be another relegation battle and promotion battle. So we're going to have to wait and see who the teams are going to be at the end. But let's just go through the first month and see who's playing who. So Hollywood Bets Dolphins, the champions, they go up against the G Bets Rocks in Durban. So it's going to be a tough one for the Rocks going to Durban in conditions that suit obviously the spinners. The Dolphins dominated last season mainly at their home ground, and they won majority of the games, or if not all of their games, in Durban, which really made it difficult for teams that ended up losing at their home grounds. So it was a bit tricky for a lot of teams to go and travel there, but they came up on top and they dominated at their home ground, and from there on they really took an advantage in the 4-day competition, and they ended up winning it. So the GBets Rocks are going to come up against a tough task. The defending champions, Hollywood Bets Dolphins in Durban. Then the Northwest Dragons take on Western Province in Potchefstroom. So the Western Province are traveling first. Then AET Tuskers, the new promoted side, will take on DP World Lions in Pietermaritzburg. A tough task for the Tuskers and Grant Morgan first up, because of course, if you want to get welcome, if you want to be welcomed to a new league, this is possibly the best way to get welcome to the level. I mean, the Lions have a very, very strong team. Not only a first team, a second team too. when their Proteas aren't available, the next in lines are just as good almost. So they have a very strong squad, and they've obviously added new additions to their team as well. So they're even stronger than last season. So they a lot of people would probably tip them as favorites for the 4-day competition. So let's see what happens with this game, because it's going to be an interesting one. At least the Tuskers get home advantage in Pietermaritzburg, but the Lions will be traveling there. It's a very tough task for them up front. And then we've got the Hollywood Bets Dolphins again. For the next week, we've got Hollywood Bets Dolphins, Northwest Dragons, in Durban again. So they get two opening fixtures in Durban. And their first two games are home. Then Western Province, and then the Western Province travel to the Johannesburg to play the Lions, and then the GBets Rock travel to Supersport Park to play the Titans in Centurion. Then after that, then we've got Western Province taking Dufferbed Warriors at Newlands, and then we've got DP World Lions, Holloway Beach Dolphins in Johannesburg, and then the Warriors play the Dolphins at St. George's Park, Gqeberha. So yeah, tough fixtures coming up. What is interesting over here as I go through these fixtures, it's right at the end here, so just bear with me. Then in October, it's Northwest Dragons versus GBets Rocks at JB Marks Oval in Potchefstroom. Then it's Western Province AE Tuskers, Newlands Cricket, Cape Town. So these are all obviously the one-day games. So I know that I was speaking about 4-day early on, and obviously the Dolphins being 4-day champions. But even in the 50-over game, they are very dangerous. And it's interesting to see, because what's going to be happening over here with regards to this, because the Tuskers, like I said earlier on, yes, they are favorites for the 4-day competition, but they're the defending champions with regards to the 50-over competition, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be something that's very, very interesting. So what's going to be happening over there is interesting, because the Tuskers are going to be playing the champions first up. So yeah, I don't know why I was talking about 4-day cricket. I literally got distracted over there. Then we got Northwest Dragons versus GBets at JB Marks Oval in Potchefstroom. Then Western Province take on Tuskers. So yeah, and that's in Cape Town. So it's two very difficult upping first games for them. DP World's Lions versus Dufferbed Warriors. Then Tuskers versus Northwest. Then we got Hollywood Dolphins against the Dufferbed Warriors against the Titans in Gqeberha. Then we got Hollywood Bets Dolphins against the Titans in Durban. GBets Rocks versus the Tuskers in Boland Park. Then we've got GBets Rocks DP Lions at Boland Park. So it's quite a long time for the traveling time I see here for the GBets Rocks. I mean, they only play their first home game on 11 October. So all their games, I think, if I'm not mistaken, are away. So they travel all around the place before they actually play, at home in Paarl. So it's going to be a very difficult start for them when it comes to that. Then the Titans play the Northwest Dragons at Supersport Park in Centurion. GBets Rocks, Western Province at Boland Park. Dufferbed Warriors, Tuskers, St. George's Park. Hollywood Bets Dolphins versus the Western Province in Durban. Then GBets Rocks, Dufferbed Warriors at Boland Park. So they play majority of their own games towards the end of the tournament. So if they can maybe nick a couple of results on their in the first half of this tournament, or the first beginning part of this tournament, when they come home, they have home advantage. And if they can obviously use that home advantage, the Rocks can be in a very strong position under Justin Ontong this season. Multiply Titans versus the Tuskers at Supersport Park. And then the Titans play again against Western Province at Supersport Park. Then Northwest Dragons against VP Lions in Potchefstroom. Then Western Province versus GBets Rocks at Newlands. I'm going to be at all the Newlands games, and I'm going to try my best to go to as many PAL games this year that I can. Then Dufferbet Warriors versus Northwest Dragons at St George's Park. Tuskers versus Hollywood Reds Dolphins in Pietermaritzburg Oval. Then VP Lions versus the Momentum Titans, the last game of of the round, first round at in Johannesburg. And then we got the final and a rest day. So that's a very interesting one to see. It's going to be a very competitive tournament. And then they've also given us the CSA One Day Cup Division 2 fixtures. I'm not going to read all of them out, but I'm going to show them on the screen right now, so you guys can take screenshots if you want to keep this. But you can go to kickerfanaticsmag.com also if you want to read this. It is available on our website, so you don't really have to take a screenshot. But if you want to, here we go. An interesting thing about this tournament is that the SA emerging side has been included into this. So that's a brilliant move from Cricket South Africa, that they're putting the emerging side in here to be able to play. What's going to be interesting though is who's going to be a part of this emerging side, because are some of the emerging players, majority of the emerging players that played against Zimbabwe are already in franchises, so they're going to be playing Division One cricket. So I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to give the next year of emerging people the opportunity to play Division Two cricket? Is it the SA emerging side of Division Two players? Or how are they going to mix that up? Is going to be interesting, because I don't think it would do the SA emerging side much benefit if to play Division Two if those players are already in the Division One. So that's an interesting one on how they're going to do that. Is it going to perhaps be majority? Um, is it going to be a majority under 19 players? Who knows? Then it's the best part of the season for me, which is the CSA 4-day domestic Division 1. So now we can talk about the 4-day cricket. So the Rocks play at Boland Park against the Titans first up in Paul. Then Western Province play DP Lions, Newlands at Newlands. So I'm going to get a Newlands game straight away in the first game for Western Province. And then Hollywood Bets Dolphins play the Tuskers. So it's first versus last. So basically, if you're thinking of the team that got promoted, it's the division champions versus the division champions of Division 2. I don't know if there was probably a lot of thought went into that. I don't think this is a coincidence. So it's Division 1 champions versus Division 2 champions. They face each other in the first game. Then Northwest Dragons play Dufferbed Warriors in Potchefstroom. And then Dufferbed Warriors play G-Bets Rocks at St George's Park. AET Tuskers play Western Province at Pietermaritzburg Oval. The Titans play the Dolphins at Supersport Park. The Lions play Northwest Dragons at the Wanderers Stadium. And this is all in November. So the entire of November, we're just going to be watching 4-day cricket. Western Province play the Titans at Newlands. And then, so I'm going to be having quite a few Newlands games here in the first month already. It's Newlands, Boland Park, then Newlands. So those games are at the same time, obviously on the same day it starts. So that's a pity for me, because I like it when they mix it up a bit. When there's maybe 1 week for Boland, 1 week for Newlands, but when they play on the same day, then I have to basically drive between the two areas to go and support if I'm going to go watch, because both games, it's like, who do I pick? Because I mean, the Titans are a brilliant team, the Lions are a brilliant team, Western Province, the Rocks. So it's an opportunity to watch some of the Titans play here at home and also the Lions. So I'm going to have to probably split that into two to be able to watch both games live. So this is the whole of November. Here's December, and it runs right through till February. But they'll have a break, obviously, in between. The SA20 happens, etc. And obviously, yeah, the SA20 happens. So there'll be a break, and then we'll play again in February. Then we've got the CSA T20 Challenge 2023-24, which happens in March. It's going to be a very interesting campaign, because this is going to be almost ahead of the T20 World Cup. So that happens next year sometime. So this is also they've structured this around the World Cups. It seems to me like it. So you guys can take a screenshot of these games. Obviously, the Warriors play Tuskers at St George's Park. Um, the Hollywood Bets Dolphins play Western Province. Why is it saying here now Six Gun Grill Western Province? Oh, it is still Six Gun Grill Western Province. I don't know because here there's no sponsor. Because from what I know, that Western Province lost their sponsorship with Six Gun Grill. Yeah, everywhere else is just Western Province, so that's weird. Probably an error. Um, DP World Lions, GBH Rocks at the Wanderers, and then the Titans go to against Northwest at Supersport Park in Centurion. Then GBH Rocks play the Titans in Boyland Park. Western Province versus the Tuxes at Newlands, and then Hollywood Bets Dolphins versus the Warriors in Durban. Northwest Dragons versus the Lions in Potchefstroom. Western Province versus the Northwest at in Cape Town. So yeah, I'm not going to read out all every single fixture over here, but you guys can obviously see it. It runs right through April and right through until the final, which will be on Sunday, the 28th of April. Um, that's brilliant. Oh yes, before we move on, I wanted to mention something about the 4-day competition. That's at the bottom right here. There will be a final, which is in the 4-day competition, which is something different to what we normally see, right? Before, we haven't really necessarily seen a final before, but now they're going to create this competitive spirit around the 4-day competition where there's going to be a final at the end of the 4-day competition, which I think is a brilliant move to get people involved into watching the 4-day game. And it starts on a Sunday, which I probably wouldn't have done. Um, I would have most likely started it on a Friday, then have Saturday, Sunday, and then a Monday, or it started on a Thursday and ended on a Sunday. But having a 4-day final, I think that's brilliant. I think that's a brilliant move by Cricket South Africa because it's probably going to be played on TV, I hope. So more people will be able to watch some 4-day cricket, and we'll see the best two teams in South Africa take each other on. So I think that's a brilliant, brilliant move from Cricket South Africa over there. Then after the T20 challenge, we'll have a provincial knockout competition. Now, this one confuses me because the CSA provincial T20 knockout competition seems to be between the Division 2 teams. Now, why I like the knockout competition is because Division 1 played against Division 2. It was almost like an FA Cup type of vibe, right? So, like that's the only thing I can liken it to from another sport. It was a knockout competition. But this time around, doesn't look like this is going to be happening. It seems to me like they are going to have this is the Division 2 tournament, which is strange that change has been made. But yeah, it will have a semi-final and a final. The semi-finals will be in April, at the beginning of April, and then obviously 7th of April will be the final. So yeah, that's a bit strange. I would have maybe liked to see an under-19 team getting added into here or something. That would have been brilliant. So yeah, those are the fixtures, guys, for the domestic season. The final is a 5-day game for the 4-day competition, which is brilliant as well. Thank you for updating me on that. So yeah, those are the fixtures for the upcoming series, and I'm excited to see what's going to be happening because there's a lot of new teams. There's a lot of new squads over here, new players into the league, and it's always is a very competitive domestic cricket season, but it's structured differently to last year. So I'm interested to see how they're going to be running this because it's going to be hectic for us as journals to get. Normally we ease into it kind of. So I mean we had the knockout competition last year, but 4-day competition after that we kind of ease into it. 4-day competition is a lot slower. It's not as fast paced, but there's so many one day games that's going to be happening in this one day cup back to back. So we're going to be so busy covering so many games, and we start off the cricket season with a bang. Well, you can say we started off with a bang with regards to the Australia series happening, but I'm used to the timing and the gaps between international games. But domestic games, it's going to be hectic to cover everything and to keep up to date with everything and keep everything going. Um, we will do our best to cover everything that we can. At the moment, um, I'll probably be doing some live streams for certain games. If there's big matches that happened, or there was big performances that happened, I will probably do live shows for my daily show. But when there's international cricket as well, we do previews, reviews. Those kind of become our daily shows, as you know. So you guys need to know that we're going to be doing our previews at 7 o'clock the day before, 2 days before the game. Then we will be doing um, the review directly after the game is finished. So I'll put up my report, and then within 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we'll be go live with our review show. So just put that in your diaries, guys. Make sure that you come. Make sure you click the notification bell to know when we go live. So keep looking at those type of things as well, to make sure that you have everything covered when it comes to Cricket Fanatics magazine. It's very easy. If you want to get updated on when we go live, you just click the subscribe button and the notification bell over there, and you'll get a notification whenever we go live immediately, as well as an email. So yeah, stay tuned to our channel, because we're going to get really busy over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, of course, is the big show. It's a massive show. It's our first preview for international game in a very long time. The previews are normally our most successful. The previews and the reviews are most successful shows, generally speaking. So I'm really excited to see the live chat going. I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say. So get your teams ready beforehand. Bring it to the show. I'll be reading out all your 11s and who you want to see play, etc. down the line. So please do that. Also remember, our review shows are call-in shows. So we'll give you guys an opportunity to call in on the show and can speak to me directly and give your opinions. Sometimes we argue, sometimes we agree. It's all in good fun. Come and join the show, for our call-in shows after the games. So without further ado, guys, I think I just wanted to keep it short and sweet today, because we've got a hectic week coming along from tomorrow onwards. I wanted to give you a quick update on the domestic season and on what's been happening with regards to the domestic 4-day competition. Let's keep all the international talk for tomorrow. I'll be playing you guys press conferences, etc. Any audio that has been released from the camp, I'll be playing it live on the show. So stay tuned to that, guys. We will be bringing you that tomorrow. Um, Probably get the pre-match press conference from the captains, etc., and we'll play that on the show tomorrow as well. So without further ado, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Obviously, don't forget to subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. Support us by becoming a patron today to keep everything going here at Cricket Fanatics Magazine. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. Smash the like button, comment, and share, and go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your regular updates. So thanks for joining in, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for the preview show. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out, everyone.